This is a short demonstration of transactions, an important principle having to do with data input. First, to look at transactions, we look at data entry, and we come up with a data entry menu. Now over here we have the transactions menu, and if we hit transactions, we can get rid of this sidebar by going like this. We look at the transactions that, for example, the user administration came in, and then it's divided up into the actual data sets that's coming in from San Diego, this particular data set, JP. Now we can see, for example, on inputting this particular data set, it went through all of these transactions having to do with setting up the data, finding the data, reading in the data, validating the data, putting the data into the database, and then converting the data into the RDF format. Now, for example, this particular one, if we look at this particular transaction, this gives you some specific transaction, who did it, which data set we're talking about, when it was done, and which particular type of transaction that was done. Now I could delete this transaction, and the set of transactions is in fact, let's close this for the moment. Now if we here, for example, for this data set, we have done all the transactions that are possible. So if I look at what actions need to be performed on this particular one, we see there's no actions to be done. But for example, if I look at this process, delete this particular transaction, which is forming the RDF from the NASA polynomials from the database, I can delete it. And a mission success, it has been deleted. Now, if I look at the actions that need to be performed, this one will come up now. And so, for example, now I can process these and redo these, form the RDFs. It goes in as a background job. And now in the background, the RDFs have been performed. And this gives you a way to control the input. If you make a mistake or if things been updated, I can delete a transaction and redo the transaction to get more information. And that completes our short demonstration of transactions.